Hello, welcome back to Sessions with Ugo. If you're a new subscriber here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now, I took a break. Yes, I did, but I had exams, so I just finished my exams, and I'm happy and I'm glad to be back here. Today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can set healthy boundaries in your life. As a human being, as individuals, it's very important that we have certain values in our lives that guide us from low quality experiences, because we can't just exist to be tolerating anything, to be accepting anything even lower than what we deserve. So we need to have boundaries. Boundaries are like things that guides you, your values, your principle as a human being towards life. Things that you can't tolerate, things that you should not even experience in your life. So basically, boundaries prevent you or protect you from low quality experiences. If you're interested in learning healthy boundary tips, then definitely do keep on watching. Alright guys, welcome back. Creating boundaries can be very tricky because when you've lived your life, or when you've lived your entire life tolerating less than you deserve, tolerating toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic family members. Yes, if you have lived your life that way, I think you would have experienced that most of the time it just disrupted your mental health. It kind of messed with your sanity as a person. And sometimes you might just be like, oh, let there just be peace. Okay, at the expense of what? Your happiness, your sanity. Like what are you willing to give for that peace that is to your own expense or to your own detriment? So I feel like it is very important to set healthy boundaries in your life. Now, one of the first ways you can create healthy boundaries is by spending time with yourself. Now, a lot of us, we find it very difficult to be on our own or to exist on our own. We must always be attached to somebody. You must always be in a group of friends. You must always be in a clique. You just cannot spend 5 hours being by yourself. You must call somebody, you must talk to somebody, and that is very bad. In fact, that is one of the worst things you can do to yourself. Always needing another person. Learn to exist on your own. Learn to spend time with yourself. Enjoy your own company, because some of us don't even know what we like. We don't even know what makes us happy. We don't even know the type of food we like to eat. We don't even know what exactly excites us, because we're so busy living other people's lives, living other people's dreams, that we forget ourselves. And that's because you do not have an identity of yourself. You are attached to somebody else or to a particular clique. People identify you with a clique. Oh, this group, or oh, she's in that person's clique. They don't know you as an individual. So to create healthy boundaries, spend time with yourself. Enjoy your company. Go out, do things, experience people, travel if you can, or do things that would help you develop your own identity. Stop being always identified with somebody else. Stop always needing people. Some people cannot even be single or be alone for a whole month. You must look for somebody to attach yourself with. It's like as if you get some form of validation from them, or you need that, and you do not need. Do you get? You do not need anybody literally for you to exist or for you to be happy. Spend time with yourself. That way you'll be able to know when someone is coming into your life. You'll be able to know if this person is good, or if you're doing it out of loneliness. Most times we accept people in our life out of loneliness because we are lonely. And yes, we have all experienced that, but you have to get to a point where you begin to say no. I don't want that energy. I don't want this negativity in my life. I want to just have my space. So spending time with yourself will help you to enable when somebody is coming into your life for fun, or they're actually adding value, because you already are an identity of your own. All right. So the next way you can create healthy boundaries is to stop trying to please other people. And now this is very common in families, or your family members. I'm sure we all have some people in our families, be it your uncle, your aunties, your relatives, that people that you always try to please. You know, you just do these things not because you want to do it, but because it will bring peace. And yes, it's okay sometimes to compromise, but there's some type of things you do not just compromise. You know, you can't continue to be a doormat, to be somebody that will always say yes. Like, you can't continue to live like that. If something is not sitting well with you, if you have a contrary opinion to what somebody else is suggesting, speak. Let it be like, she's too difficult. It's better to be too difficult than to be somebody that people just pass. People like just walk in, walk out, just use you like as a rag, like a doormat, like you're that accessible. You always say, all right, all right. Better be too difficult, because when you stop trying to please other people, you actually begin to understand that life is actually better. Life becomes better. You become happier. You become whole. You stop trying to blame every other person for things that you agreed to, because if they ask you or they ask for your opinion, definitely you agreed. So if it bounces back to you, you now start trying to put the blame on somebody else. Meanwhile, you did not even oppose what was offered to you at the beginning. So learn to just stop trying to please other people. It's one thing to be kind, and it's one thing to always want to please people, to always want to be that person that always compromises, that never ever, like, you know, tries to, people don't try to even want to please, because you're always pleasing, you're always the pleaser. And this sometimes is very common in families. Like, you know, you don't like something, but you can't just say no. Who says you can't say no? Like, oh, sometimes just be like, no, like, I don't like this thing, like, I don't want it, like, it doesn't make me happy, I'm not comfortable with it. Do you get, like, try to voice your opinion sometimes, you know, it just helps. It helps. So that's another way you can create healthy boundaries. Like, I don't like this thing. Like, your friends are asking you, okay, let's go out for the weekend. You know that maybe you don't have the resources, or maybe you don't like where they're going to, but because you don't want to be like, oh, that difficult friend, you be like, okay, let's go. So you can just please everybody. You can say no, I don't want to go. I don't have to say why you don't want to go. You don't have to explain everything in your life. Okay, so now another way you can set healthy boundaries is by prioritizing your own happiness. All right, so now here, you need to know what you want out of life. You need to know what you want, and then say no to everything that is not it. Some of us, we don't even know what we want. We are just literally existing. We're just on earth because, okay, I was born here, so let me go with the flow. We're just going with the flow. We don't even know what we want out of life. We don't know what we're expecting in our friendships, in our relationships, with our family members, in work. We don't know what we want. We're just going with the flow. And that is a recipe for crisis, where you don't know what you want. Because when you don't know what you want, you would accept anything that is offered to you.
It's true. No, it's true.
Do you get? When you don't know what you want, anything that's offered to you, you have to take it like that, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether you don't want it. Now you don't have a say, because you don't even know what you want. Because even that's why it's always good sometimes to have goals in life. Like, what do you want? Even as low as your friends, like, what type of friends do you want in your life? Do you want people that are religious, people that are smart, people that have principles, people that, you know, add value to your life? Or do you want friends that party, you know, like they like the good life? Let me say, they like the good life, and that's still fine. You need to know what you want out of life. Even in your relationships, how do you want to be treated? How do you want people to see you? How do you want people to talk to you, to approach you, to address you? How do you want it? And begin to demand it. Don't just be taking anything and be swallowing anything, like I mentioned in the second point. Okay, whatever makes you happy, do it, and say no to anything that is not it. If staying in to read, if going to this particular country to study will make you happy, you know, and someone else is trying to tell you reasons why you cannot do that or something like that, be like, Satan, get thee behind me. Like, go after what you want. If something makes you, if going to get that dress today would make you happy, if buying that shoe, if buying that hair would make you happy, buy it. Like, stop always trying to allow people's opinion to always rub off on you at the expense of your own happiness. Prioritize your happiness. Now, the last point is to trust your instinct, that's your gut feeling that has been telling you that this thing is not good, this thing is going to end in shame or in tears, but you just want to keep on going to see how it ends. That's your gut feeling. And I feel like we don't have a gut feeling by mistake. It's not something that is a coincidence. We know when something is about to happen. We know when crisis is about to happen. You know, when you meet a guy and you're talking to this guy, most of the times we know when something is about to go wrong, but we always will wait. You know, we want to just not believe, so we push back that thought and just keep going. And in the end, you see that everything just happens. So like, you need to know how to trust your gut feeling. If something doesn't feel right and it's not right, don't wait till it blows up in your face.
And there it is.
Before you be like, oh, I should have, I saw it coming. You know, it's always I just knew from the beginning. The signs were there. The signs are always there. Yes. Look, open your eyes and look. Sometimes when you're meeting new people, you need to leave your heart behind and go with your brain. Carry your brain and go, because if this is our heart, sometimes I don't feel like slapping it, because it always tries to paint people good, even when our brain is like, guy, pick up your shoes and run. We'll always be like, maybe I'm over exaggerating, maybe like it's just in my head. Girl, it's not in your head. Run for your life.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
An environment and you just feel something is not right in this place. You know it. You know something about our gut instinct is like light and like darkness. Like, you know, light would always overshadow darkness. The minute you're in a space that you know you like, you would automatically know that, yes, this place is good, this place is nice, that is light. That darkness, you know, it's always there. Like, this thing is not good. But like, you know, you'd always want to try to paint it white. Trust your instincts with friends, with family members, with your work members, with your classmates, with everybody. You know when your gut is telling you, girl, it's time to go. And you go. All right? Don't, even if they try to advise you, that is where boundaries come in. You go. That is you enforcing your boundaries. You're leaving because you do not feel like this place is good for you, or you do not feel safe here, and you don't have to explain it to anybody. That is nobody's business. That is your own business. So I really want you guys to implement these boundaries in your lives, you know, with your friends, with your classmates, with family members, with toxic family members, and you know, with your relationships, with the guys you're talking to, with the girls you're talking to. Always ensure that when you see certain signs, once you don't feel happy about a particular place, once you feel the need to always make other people happy at the expense of your own happiness, then you know that there is a problem and you need to you need to leave. Yes, you need to take the door and go. Let me know your struggles of when creating your boundaries, like, you know. And yes, you're going to lose friends. So if you're losing friends, just get ready to lose people in your life and get ready to become the difficult one. Okay, but that is still okay as long as what you're doing makes you happy. Fine. All right, so I'll see you guys in my next video. In the meantime, you know, like my video. I'm sure if you learned something here, which I'm sure you did, give my video a thumbs up. All right, share it with your friends, share it with your sisters, people that you know that struggle with creating boundaries, people that you know that are always saying yes. Share it with your family members, your friends, your relatives, and you know, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do not leave this video without subscribing. All right, guys, so I'll see you guys in my next video. In the meantime, stay fabulous. I love you and have a wonderful week. Bye.